Live from downtown Mankato, Verizon Wireless Center, Dan McCarger and Ryan Rintula as we wrap up the Maverick hockey game tonight. A 1-1 overtime tie, Ryan. Yep. Two of the best teams in the country, and kind of you could expect the kind of game we had tonight.
You know, I expected a close, tight, checking game, but I didn't expect the Mavericks to really, get 44 shots on net. I mean, against a really good Michigan Tech team. It tells you how big a game Mavericks thought this was, and they really showed up and played hard.
The second period, maybe not the energy that we would like to see, but they certainly came out and played a very good third period of play. But they got going in that first period, a power play goal by J.P. LaFontaine, and that was what we were hoping was going to be the difference in the game. But we saw from Styros some great speed, and that was the game tire. So we'll take a look at it right now. We'll start with the power play goal. J.P. LaFontaine from Matt Leitner, and also Casey Nelson. And the Mavericks get a 1-0 lead at 12-12 in the first period. That was the only scoring in the first period of play.
I love Leitner, how he came off the boards, fought for the middle ice, and then passed it back across his body. LaFontaine one time didn't do that.
So that made it 1-0 Mavericks after one. We're going to look off a face-off, and Mike Casey said they got caught a little flat-footed. Here comes Styros with just great speed, and he went far side and buried it, tied it at one, and that was it. Get another look at it here.
Yeah, we heard that name Styros a number of times in the second and third period. He was really skating and creating a lot of offense for them, and watch for him tomorrow night.
Now, third period, we'll get some great chances for the Mavericks here, and actually both teams had some just wonderful opportunities in the third period. Palmquist tees one up there. Leitner in the corner. Then Gady with an opportunity.
Yeah, Knowles tried to wrap around, and a rebound shot. You got a beautiful pass by Leitner to Gervais for a clear breakaway. Thought he had him beat. A lot of opportunities for the Mavericks.
Dylan Marganeri in the second period went in, actually in overtime went in with an opportunity to score and put it over the top of the net. So great opportunities for the Mavericks, but they could just never regain the lead after it got tied up, and that's where it ends up. You see Chase Grant battling there. Overtime, we'll get a couple look at some more chances. Here's a great opportunity. Dylan Marganeri got free, and you mentioned missed over the top. Here's Dietela and his pass, and it's a nice job of moving the puck to the side there by the Mavericks.
Yeah,
so
Steph kind of cut the angle off, and a little bit of a rough ice over there prevented him from really getting a high-quality spot. But we look at the stats here, 1-1, shots 44-23. The penalties was 3-1, and Mankato scored one of their goals on the power play. So it's hard to say special teams didn't make a difference. I think
face-offs of 32-31, Michigan Tech, so pretty even on face-offs, pretty even all the way around. A 1-1 game, that's what happens.
Really, absolutely.
So we take a look at those, and you say this pretty much is a 1-1 game, even though the Mavericks kind of controlled the shots on goal, but they just were unable to finish.
Yeah, I think the Mavericks were a little lulled to sleep in that second period, but overall, you heard Hastings say it after the game, how can you fault these guys? They worked their butts off all game. They played a tough team, and they outplayed them very badly, I think, in the third period. So maybe they can refocus and get that win tomorrow night and take control of this WCHA.
Well, and the thing about it is both teams at times were able to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Mavericks in the third period played exactly the way that I think they wanted to play, and certainly the second period, Tech played the way they wanted to play.
Absolutely. The Tech guys sitting in the dressing room in between the first and second saying, let's make it dirty, let's make it hard on them, let's muck and grind them to death, because this is a high-flow, high-skilled team, and they really shut them down. Mavericks created energy at the end of the second, and it rolled right through the third into overtime.
So the Mavericks now lead the WCHA by 1 point, 41-40 over Michigan Tech. We'll look at the player of the game right now, and that is going to be Stephon Williams, who had 23 saves, the J. Beal Real Estate Player of the Game. And we call Bev Thorne at 340-4826. JB Real Estate Group Player of the Game. Stephon Williams tonight, 22 saves. Just outstanding there, going from one side to the other. Covered up one there, and he just had a wonderful game. So again, give Bev Thorne a call for JB Real Estate, 340-4826.
Yeah, as you see some of these highlights rolling here, it reminds you of some of the high-quality saves. Although he only had 22 shots on net or 22 saves, he clearly made 4 or 5 outstanding ones.
Got a chance to look at out-of-town scores in just a moment, Ryan, but when you look at the standings again, 41-40, Mavericks leading the WCHA by 1 point tomorrow night. Extremely important. If the Mavericks win that, they have a 3-point lead going into the final weekend. They need 1 point to wrap up, at least a tie, 2 points to win it the following weekend. So on the other hand, Michigan Tech wins tomorrow night. They've got a 1-point lead going into the final weekend of the season.
Yeah, if Michigan Tech wins tomorrow night, it means they've come into Mankato. They've taken 3 of the 4 points and put themselves in position to win the league title. So I think I bet you Michigan Tech goes back tonight at the hotel and says, hey, great job, boys. we got 1 point. Let's recoup and go further tomorrow night.
Get a chance to look at the out-of-town scores here. I think we'll get a chance to do that. Then we'll wrap it up. We'll take a look at it right now. Alaska Anchorage and Bowling Green underway. Bemidji State beat Ferris 2-1. Alaska over Huntsville 4-2. Northern Michigan over Lake Superior 5-0. Michigan State leading the Gophers 2-1 in the third. UMD and UNO tied at 1 in overtime tonight. And St. Cloud losing to North Dakota, the #1 ranked team in the nation. Miami shutting out Denver in the second. Michigan shut out Wisconsin. Wisconsin having just a miserable year. UMass Lowell over Vermont, Quinnipiac over Harvard, and Northeastern over Boston tonight. The out-of-town scores, but the one that really matters is the one in the WCHA, and it's a 1-1 tie tonight.
Yeah, you know, as we run around some of those out-of-town scores there, Bemidji's a team to watch out for. And you see that UNO, Michigan, UMD game. Those are two teams at the end of the year. You watch out for those two teams. Those are going to be dangerous opponents.
Well, Ryan, this has been fun tonight. You will be back on the pregame show tomorrow evening and on intermission as well. And we'll have another great broadcast for you. Don Westfall will be back at play-by-play duties. I'll be back in my normal chair tomorrow evening with the color commentary of the Mavericks and Huskies and what should be just a whale of a hockey game.
Yeah, can't wait. Can't get here soon enough. I think the Maverick fans are going to be here in full support. Saturday night in Mankato, really the WCHA title's on the line.
6:30 pregame show, 7:07 face-off tomorrow evening. For Ryan Rintoul and all the students at Bethany, I'm Dan McCarger. And thank you for joining us on Maverick Hockey Weekend. A 1-1 overtime tie tonight from Verizon Wireless Center.